Am I gonna get that Porsche? No. No, that's my friend's Porsche. He's one of the students. He's in market fluidity. He had a crazy, crazy, crazy month. Made around like 180,000, something like that. He withdrew and he bought the car. Actually, we both had to buy a house at the same time. We were both thinking of buy a house. He got the car and I got the house. He's like, I'm gonna buy the house cash. So I'm like, okay, perfect. So yeah, but man, that car is pretty fast. It was pretty fast. So what? It's being recorded. Zoom is recording. Um, OBS is recording. All right. Let's go to a random date generator here. We will start with. All right. Let me just make sure everyone's muted. Okay. Muted. All right. Let's start from what? 2018. Let's go till maybe like March 2020. April. No. Yeah, March 2020, because that's when the spreads went haywire on gold. So let's start with the first here. We're gonna get like 10 dates. 10 dates. All right, get dates. So we got, what do we got? We got September 2019, April 2019, again April 2019, November 2018. Let's do January 2019. Yeah, let's do January 2019. Right? January, April. Okay, all right. January 2019. You had all weekdays selected. Oh, okay. Oh, my bad. I think they were all weekdays. Wow, man, your analysis is pretty good. Really, really good analysis. Yeah, I didn't even notice this. All right, Sundays. There you go. Go from like 18th March. All right, perfect. 10 dates, Sundays, get dates. Okay, now we got variety over here. We got 11, we got, ooh, birthday month. June, my brother's birthday. July, another person's birthday. Yeah, so much spending here. All right, let's do 26th May. Yeah, let's do 26th May. Go to data center. We're going to try to download the data here. XAU USD. Okay. We're going to update it. So, like, once it's updated, I want to make sure that I have the news as well. So I'm going to hit update that. So I'm going to get the news here. Once I get the news, I'm going to close it, new simulation, and then we're going to go to our date over here. So it's 2019, May 26th. We're going to choose gold, USD, May 26th. Sometimes, what happens is that people, what they do is that they want to, back test 2015, 2016. You have to understand, when you're back testing that far back, you're basically going way too far back, because the market dynamics change every 6 months, right? So when you're going way far back, then you're not trading within the same market dynamics. So that's why it's really important to maybe choose a time frame that you're going to backtest into. So we're going to start with 5,000 here. We're going to go with the previous 100 days of data, and yeah, let's start this. Let's go to charts. So what we're going to focus on is, we're going to focus on just plotting the most recent support resistances and then plotting the support resistances after that. So it's like zone after zone, like zone to zone. Like, I'm sure you guys have heard about zone to zone. So it's going to be like zone to zone kind of thing. 30 minute. All right, let's get the 15 minute as well. I guess that's it, right? 15 minute. Yeah, that's it. All right, let's get these charts on. Got the 15, this, boom, boom, done. Okay. Oh. Saturday simulation session. Honestly, simulation has helped me a lot. It has helped me really fast track the testing time, the progress time. because I can do the simulation, and if I want to test something like, let's say, when price retest highs or lows, I can just run simulations and let candles form in like, a little higher speed and just start watching them. Start watching them, start watching the wicks and stuff like that. So since we're starting right over here, what we're going to do is probably going to go towards the NY Open here. Go to the 1 hour and go to the NY Open. So if you look at the time is this. This is not the right time. Yeah, this is actually not the right time because it's supposed to start at what time is it right here? This is 3, so this is 8. This is 8 p.m. Eastern. Actually, let me just reconfirm. Over here. It's got to be sure, right? This was the 26th. We chose gold. May 26th. USD started with 5,000. This is GMT. Changed this to New York close. Leverage, let's do like 400, whatever. Let's do 100. Commission per lot. Commission is going to be calculated automatically. Spread is the same. Everything stays the same. 26 May. This New York close. Start simulation. All right. Let's try this one more time. Let the weekly. Man, the first time when I was installing this simulator and I was running it and setting this up, I was like, wow, this is so a little bit like complicated, and whoever watched me do this, like in the start, we all were like, wow, this is so amazing, this thing. But it slowly became like a tool, like a little toy, something to do on the weekends, something to play with, test other pairs and things like that. So whoever made this, man, this was the invention that really put him forward in life, whoever made this simulator. Because when we first started, I started promoting it, back in the day, they used to sell 10 licenses. Like you would buy once, like $99, you get 10 licenses. And then everybody started buying it, and most people started buying 10 licenses and then they started selling them like $15 per license or $20 per license, because not everyone's going to spend $100. And then the guy found out, and the guy's like, all right, you know what? You guys, now for $100, you're going to get 2 licenses. So he's basically like, yeah, you guys don't deserve anything. All right, perfect. So we're going to call this at like 8 p.m. Eastern, right? So we're going to go towards, let's say this is London Open, 1000 hours, 3 a.m. Eastern, 4, 5, 6 a.m. Eastern. Right? Right now we are at 6 a.m. Eastern. So what we're going to do is probably going to go over the weekly here, and let's take a look at the weekly. Now, weekly is kind of like ranging, right? We have a support. Let me just bring these things over here. These were line studies. Okay, line studies, perfect. So we got a support over here, and you got a resistance over here. You got a pretty big range. This is what, like a $125 range. So probably going to go to the daily time frame here now. Looking at the daily, what we can kind of see on the daily is that maybe this was resistance here, and maybe price is going to reject over here, because when you see this wick on the daily, this is some sort of resistance on a small time frame, right? So price may start to kind of like bounce around in this point. So maybe this is some sort of resistance, and then we got support down over here, right? Now when we got support down over here, probably thinking that, okay, now we're in the range, and this range is almost like 147 pips. So let's take a look on the 4 hour now. And on the 4 hour, what we see is that we are creating a resistance on the 4 hour, which matches up here to the left. At the same time, now we got 2 supports. Maybe you got a support over here, and then we got probably a support right over here, right? Because this is a 4 hour zone. If you're going to be taking trades on the 1 hour, and a 30-minute, stuff like that, then you gotta basically draw these zones, right? And this range is around 25 pips. What is it? From $86 to $84. Yeah, around 25 pips. Let's take a look on the 1 hour here now. Now looking at the 1 hour, it does seem like we're creating a resistance over here, and we're creating some sort of a support right down over here, right? And I think if we break the support, so now, okay, perfect. So we got these things. Now, what we got to do is, now we have the most recent levels mapped out, right? We have the resistance mapped out. So if we want to look left, right, and kind of see that, okay, if price breaks this resistance, it's most likely to come up to this area here, which is like 17 pips away, right over here, you know, and with momentum, or if there's any news, which we're going to take a look at here now, maybe price can come up towards, you know, this area right here to the left. Because as price is moving up, we're looking to see, okay, where's the next area of resistance? So maybe that's where it can go. So let's mark this as like 26 pips away, that's 17 pips away. So in the same way, if price breaks down, you know, maybe this is the area where price might head off to, like if it breaks below this support. Let me just scale fix this and zoom in a little bit. Maybe do this. All right, perfect, right? So maybe price may come down into this area, this liquidity kind of like space, you know. So yeah, I guess let's see what happens, because right now it's ranging, and when things are ranging, we just don't know what to do, right? Like this is a 20 pip range. It's a pretty small range, nothing really big. Let's take a look on the 30-minute here now. Let's just clone these zones. Clone. Let's look on the 30-minute. 30-minute is ranging as well. Let's scale fix this. So basically now we got to see price break the support, right? And then we got a support right down over here. So probably this will be our trade if price comes down. If price starts breaking up, might want to look for buys, but so far it is what it is. Let's take a look at the news. There's no news, nothing. All right, 30-minute candle closed, and this is the 1 hour candle about to come to a close. And there we go. 1 hour candle has also closed. It's closing bearish over here, right? It's closing bearish. So if we break below this area, we're coming down. So it's something we can kind of like look out for. You know, maybe want some confirmations as well. Oh wow, look at that. It's breaking the high over there. It's breaking the high. 30-minute candles has also broken the high. You know, so there were no sells, nothing. 30-minute candle is about to close. 30-minute candle just closed. Now, like, you know, it's trying to break the low of the 30-minute candle. So now it's ranging, right? Now we can kind of like see that, yeah, okay, it's ranging. The 1 hour candle is about to come to a close in 3, 2, and 1. This is the 1 hour candle close. If you look on the 1 hour closing with no wick at the bottom, it's above support, there's no trade, right? There's like, looking at the 4 hour, 4 hours seems like it can kind of like, you know, come down and fill that wick. But looking at the smaller time frames, it's just like we're at the support, so it's pretty hard to kind of like take a trade until like, you know, it's breaking below now and there's no wick over here, so not really sure what's going to happen. Like, need to close below that area. Need to close below that area because, you know, got to be safe. This 30-minute candle is about to close very soon. Speed up a little bit. And it's closing now. See, it closed with no wick at the bottom. So if it closed with no wick at the bottom, there's a, I don't know, like, there's not enough range here either. It's like 9, 10 pips away. There's not enough range at all. There's like no range. And look at the spread. Spread is like 2 pip, 3 pip spread. It's like nothing. So hard. It broke the high, now broke the low. I mean, we don't know what's going on. And now this is 9 a.m. Eastern. 9 a.m. Eastern is here, so this is the time when my trading time ends, and that candle has closed back in the range, you know. Now someone can argue that maybe this is a fake out, you know. Someone can probably argue that maybe, like, you know, this is a fake out and price kind of like tried breaking down, couldn't break down, so maybe it's trying to do a fake out. But the thing about the fake out is that if we do take a buy, you have a 3 pip spread and your range is like 9 pips over there, so you may get like 6 pips out of it. And then you gotta ask yourself, is that even worth it? You know, 6 pips. Is that even worth it at 9:30 a.m. Eastern? So perfect. So this session was a write-off. You know, like there was no trade, there was no confirmation, nothing. Look at that, still ranging, just garbage, right? Awesome. Oh wow, look at that move. Went straight down. So let me take a look at this here. Let me see when this starts. So this is 6 p.m. Eastern. Okay, on Sunday gold opens later. Got it. All right, 3 a.m. Eastern, London Open, 4, 5, 6. 6 a.m. Eastern, we are here right now on Tuesday. First day was a write-off. There was no trade. Weekly is whatever. It's right there. It's ranging. Daily candle. Oh, okay. Look at that. Daily candle has broken the low of the previous daily candle, right? And now we're gonna form like a bias over here. Now, since the daily candle has broken the low of the previous daily candle, there's a very high chance price may continue down towards 1280, right? And 1280 is like that low. 1280 is this low over here, and we're gonna clone this low. This is the low right here on the daily at around 1280, right? So since we've broken the low here, there's a very high chance we may continue down. So let's take a look at that on the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour, 1280 is right over here. So what this would mean is that on the daily, if the daily is going to come down to fill this wick, on the 4-hour, that would mean that this 4-hour candle will continue moving down and break these lows and continue down, right? Since also if you look on the smaller time frames, let's take a look here. We basically, all right, let's go back here. Price went up, came down, went all the way down on the 4-hour, made like a support, right? Made like a support and then continued up to maybe retest this low over here and continue on to 1280. You know, who knows? Let's take a look here. Let's take a look on the 1-hour now. And let's just fix this big ass zone. Let's remove this, delete, and let's move this. So this is the reason we had resistance here, right? So this was our support formed, price broke down, made a new low. So this is the new low being created right over here. And I think that this is in a range on the smaller time frames. Let's take a look on the 30-minute. Yeah, so on the 30-minute, we basically tapped into a resistance right over here, right here. And I think, like I may be wrong, but it seems like price is doing a fake out, right? I mean, I don't know if you guys agree with me here, but I think we're doing a fake out over there to continue moving down. Because, you know, look, price came down, started to consolidate, you know, and then broke up, came down. This candle had to do a retest to continue moving bullish, but instead, this candle is now closing back in this range, right? If this candle is closing back in this range, this means that, okay, now there's a higher chance for the next candle to kind of like, you know, bounce around and break below the support and continue moving down. If that was GJ, I would try to find an entry for sales. Yeah, exactly. You know, so this move up, it becomes like a fake out because price tried breaking up, couldn't maintain its bullish move, went back in the range. So if price can't go up, where else will it go, right? It's probably going to go down. So now we have a bias here that it will continue to move down. So now we're going to try to look for an entry. It looks like a break and retest to sell. Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to remove these arrows over here. All right. So if we take a sell over here, we have to identify where our stop loss is going to be, right? Probably the stop loss is going to be like, you know, 9, 10 pips. Probably like for safe measures, like 15 pips on gold. You know, I think on gold, having like a 15 pip spread, I think it's pretty good. It's like not that bad at all. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by like risk percentage, and we're going to start by risking like 1%. We'll do like yeah, perfect. 15 pips, and then we'll see if we get a confirmation to take an entry, take a second entry, you know, to maybe like add an entry here. So we're going to see what happens here. This is the 30-minute candles, and 30-minute candles are now starting. The 30-minute candle is about to close, so we're keeping an eye on this. It's about to close in 3, 2, and 28 minutes, 29 minutes. There we go. 30-minute candle close. 30-minute candle close below that same resistance. So now all we gotta do is just gotta wait to see if we break. If we break this low on the 30-minute, I think that would be a good confirmation to enter like another position and keeping the stop loss above the current candle. Why you close any percentage since it's why you didn't? Oh, because it's a smaller risk. It's a smaller risk. That's why the stop loss is right there. I didn't close because the bullish candle closed below resistance. It didn't close above resistance. If it would have closed above resistance, then I would have kind of said, okay, let's see what happens. Now, let's look on the 1 hour. 1 hour is 1 hour closing bullish over here, and 30-minute also closing above this area. Yeah, I think now this is the point to maybe like close some partials. Let's close 50% here. All right. Now let's let the rest run. Okay, so now we're breaking the lows over here, which is very good. 1 hour candle is also trying to come down, but it's kind of like bouncing here and there. Gotta wait for this 30-minute candle to close. 30-minute candle is closing now. This is the 30-minute candle close. 30-minute candle also closed bullish. The 1 hour candle is still open, so probably gonna wait and see here. But now if we break the high of the previous candle, okay, see now right here it broke the high. So at this point I'm gonna close maybe 25% more, like really closing out the trade over here, like taking losses off, because the point of taking percentages off is so that you can let the rest one run. Like the worst thing is I've seen people do in the last 2 weeks is that they will close partials, and then what's going to happen is that you're going to leave the rest open. Oh, and then you're going to close the rest of it too. Oh, okay, now we're trying to break down over here, which is pretty good. Now we're in profits. This candle is about to come to a close. Trying to see how we can get like a second entry. Because if this continues to move down, man, I think it's going to continue moving down right over here to like 1280. 1280 is around 17, 18 pips away. So let's look on the 1 hour time frame here now. Let's look at the 1 hour. If we break below that area, we're coming down to 1280. But if we continue breaking down, I think a good target could be like 1276, something like that on gold. Let's take a look at the news here too. So we got some news coming on with the we got HPI, whatever. We got CB Consumer Index. That's later on. But right now, in like within this hour, there's no news. So let's take a look at the 30-minute. Yeah, I guess we're gonna continue moving down. I guess at the same time, since we broke the low of the previous 30-minute candle, and it should continue moving down, I think this is where we can add like another entry right here. Price went back into the range. Wouldn't it be better to wait for a close below the range and then have a target at that daily low? Yeah, that's true too, but if your bias is still bearish, I mean, if you look on the 4 hour, 4 hour has also broken the low right here. So now you got to ask yourself, what's the probability of price moving down? And if you say that the probability of price moving down is there, that we may continue moving down. If you look on the 1 hour here as well, 1 hour also broke the low of the previous 30-minute 1 hour candle, 30-minute also. So I think this will be a good opportunity to maybe enter like another position here and have like, let's put it at 10, and let's do like 1%. Perfect. And maybe bring the stop at break even on the first position we had. Okay, so break even. We're coming down to our target area right there, 1280. We're reaching 1281. If we look left, I think this is the area we had marked down. So probably at this time, maybe close, maybe leave the runner open and maybe close like partials on this one. Close 50%, put it at break even, and yeah, just let it run. Oh, wow, okay. I guess it's gonna continue running down over here. Um, did not really expect this to run down the way it's running down right now, but since we have clean candles here to the left, I mean, I think it kind of like made sense. So probably gonna close this bigger one we had earlier on, and maybe take off some more portion over here. Maybe take off like 75%, close 75%. Okay, secure. That must be news. There was no news. News is not here. There's no news. News is like in 40 minutes. I think that was just normal market movement because, since we had this clean candle here, and also it's gold, it's also it's gold. Um, okay, we're reaching that target now. Probably close the entire position here, 42 pips. And yeah, I guess it's pretty, wow, man, this thing just dropped hard. Such a hard drop over here in gold. Yeah, sometimes gold doesn't really care for human life sometimes, it just does what is best for everybody. That's what gold does. Whatever is best for everybody. Okay, let's go to the next session here. Let's see what happens here. Oh wow, look at that. Oof, so crazy. All right, let's go towards the next New York session here. This is the London Open, 3, 4, 5, 6 a.m. Eastern. All right, let's take a look at the weekly now. Weekly is now, it went bearish. Now it's time to go bullish here. Let's take a look on the daily. Daily is rejecting that area. It's also going bullish. It's also now back in that range, the daily candle. The 4-hour candle, let's see here. We'll have to remove all these things now, all these boxes. We'll have to remove them. And now when we look at gold, what's happening is that maybe it's creating some sort of a resistance here. Maybe that's too high up. Maybe bring it down a little bit. Maybe bring it down to this area. And then it kind of like had this market gap down here. So maybe that's kind of like a support. So let's bring that down to the 1 hour now. So if you look at the 1 hour, basically what's happening here in the 1 hour is that price made a high, right? So if you look what price did right now, price made a high. It came down. It's coming down to this support area here, right here to the left-hand side. And maybe now it's trying to continue to go up to retest the high. So if you measure this range is like around 21 pips, right? And this is the 1 hour chart. Someone is saying it looks like a low to be retested. Which one? Oh, on the 4 hour? This low? This low. Yes. Yeah, but on the 1 hour time frame, what we see is that maybe like, we might continue up to retest the high. So probably going to focus on that one there. Because for a low to be retested, we'll need to see a break of this area here, right? So let's take a look at the news here. News, we got CAD later on. There's no imminent news that's coming on right now. Awesome. So we're going to wait for some sort of a support to be formed. Oh, look at that on 30 minutes. 30 minutes, so bad. Let's just redo these zones here, delete them. Go to the 1 hour and clone these on the 30 minute. There we go. We got the 30 minute all set up. We got the 1 hour all set up. I think we're good to go, right? So yeah, probably just going to wait for a support to be formed in this area. Yeah, kind of like zoom in here. So if this area breaks support, then we're going to start to look for sells, right? And I think sells are going to be pretty good till, I'd say like maybe down till this area, intraday, like around like, 17, 18 pips, or even down to this area. So we're going to see what happens once we do break below the support. But if you form like a support here, then I think there's a very high chance we're going to continue moving up. So the 30-minute candle is about to close right now, and we're going to see how it closes in, right there. So 30-minute candle has closed. 30-minute candle has closed bullish. Yeah, I think this makes sense over here. This makes perfect sense here to have like a 10 pip stop with like, let's use our regular risk over here, and I don't know. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! Look at that. Look at this fugaziness. This is the spread, man. So crazy. Damn. We do have a resistance. Yes, that's on the smaller time frame. We have a resistance that's on the small time frame, but we have the potential move based on the higher time frame, right? So if we're bouncing from a 1 hour support, we will break that smaller time frame resistance. That's how, price action works. All right. Okay, perfect. So our TP is going to be somewhere at, like 1284. I'd say like 1285. Yeah, 1285 is fine. Yeah, the spread, man, it's pretty high. Look at that, 3 pips. Oh, we're rejecting. It's coming to a close. 30 minutes about to close in 3, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 30-minute candle has closed. 30-minute candle has closed bearish. Wow, man, crazy. All right, so what should we do over here? Probably. All right, so if the 30-minute candle breaks the low of the previous 30-minute candle, I think then I'm going to actually, you know what? We're going to take partials off right now. Don't want to. Yeah, we're going to take partials off right now. Wow. Yeah, I guess we are kind of like respecting that support. Oof, came so down, so low. See, the idea about letting partials run is always to let them run. Sometimes what people do is like they'll close the partial, and then when price comes close to their stop loss, whatever, they close everything. And then they say, oh man, price went in my way. I mean, that's the reason when you're closing partials. So yeah, I guess this candle is forming now. 30-minute candle is closing bullish. Well, I guess this is the move we're getting now in the 1 hour time frame now. Look at that. Look at that thing go. How many pips are we up here? Nothing, man. Like 2 pips, 3 pips. So difficult. But I think the trade would work. Yeah, I mean it should. I mean let's put stops at break even here because I don't want to now lose this trade and go in drawdown. So we're gonna put stops at break even. It's okay if we're getting stopped out. Okay, so this is start of the new hour. Let's take a look on the 30-minute here. 30-minute close bearish. Yeah, I think this should continue moving up over here. Let's take a look on the 30-minute time frame. Let's forward a candle over here. Okay, nice. So we tapped into that area and then price started to come down. So now it's in this range. Now it's in this 24 pip range. Yeah, exactly. 24 pip range. Now, who wants to take a buy over here? I want like raise of hands, or like say me. Man, if this was me like 3 years ago, I'd be taking buys right here. I'd be taking buys that, oh, we're going up. I'm going to take buys. We're going to go up. But it's gold. Wow, look at that retracement. Yeah, no buys. Like once price is breaking through resistances, you're like, yeah, I want to take a buy, but man, the retracements, I mean, if you haven't learned from retracements yet, yeah, we're going to set up nicely. Let's take a look on the 4 hour. 4 hour is now, breaking that support. We're breaking this support right now, right? I think this is a very good opportunity to maybe start looking for sells at this point because we are breaking below this support. In the range, tattoo zone, yeah, okay. So this is where the 1 hour candle closed. The 30-minute candle also closed there. But if you look at the time, this is 9 a.m. Eastern, right? This time is 9 a.m. Eastern. Normally, I don't trade at this time, right? So this is why sometimes, when you don't get a trade in your session, you've been sitting on a chart for 3-4 hours, you haven't found a trade, and you're just like, yeah, I'm just going to sit another few hours. That's when you start to force a trade, So I'm probably going to sit back and see how it develops. Let's take a look at the 30-minute candles here, and we're going to see how we can anticipate a trade here. So see the 30-minute candle also closed. 30-minute candle closed bullish, but at the same time, on the 30-minute chart, this candle, it closed below this resistance here. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but it closed below this support right over here, right? It closed below the support, which matches up with this kind of like support, like consolidation area right over here. So yeah, it could be like a retest, maybe stay below this area and continue moving down. I think that could be a very good move. This is also the start of the new 4-hour candle. So if the previous 4-hour candle is bearish, right, and if we will retest the low over here, I think the previous 4-hour candle should respect the high of the one previous to that and then continue moving down. I think that could be a good trade. I think let's since this is simulation, let's try to take that on like a 0.5%, right? Let's try to take that on a 0.5%, and let's see where we end up. So let's do like a 27 pip stop, 27 pip stop, and then so this is how I test things basically. It's like a what 43 pip gain. What is it? 410 TP 410. So we're doing like 0.5%, very small risk, nothing really big. So we're basically taking this on the fact that, okay, price came down in the 4-hour, we made a low, we started retracing, right? And now we should continue moving down to retest the low, obviously, because it also broke the low of the previous 4 hours. So it should be possibly, continue down. So let's just forward the candle. See the 30-minute candle. Oh, we didn't really take a sell over here. All right. Alright, so 30-minute candle is respecting the high over there. So, yeah, we're taking this on the 4-hour. So since we're taking this on the 4-hour, we cannot look at the 30-minute. We can only look at the 1-hour candles. So let's see where we close. 1-hour candle closed below resistance support. I think it should continue moving down over here. 1-hour candle is continuing to move down. Now, remember, this is like a swing trade we took based on the 4-hour, right? 4-hour candle still open right here. Let's take a look at the news. We got no news, clean and sunny skies. So let's go to the next. Oh, wow, look at that retracement. This is retraced. This 4-hour candle is still open, by the way. So you can see on the 1-hour how many retracements price is doing. Like bouncing and here and there. So, now the 4-hour candle has closed. This is a new 4-hour candle. We're still forming. Now we're moving into the Asian session slowly. This is the market open. This is the Asian session now. And if you look on the 1-hour, now this is a swing trade, right? So now the candle is starting to move bearish over here. And daily candle closed like a small bullish daily candle. So I think it should continue to move down right here. Let's go take a look at the next one here. Oh, we're coming down to TP. Will we hit? No, we missed it. Oh, okay, perfect. We hit TP right over there. Yeah, so see, like, what a struggle price had trying to move down, right? This is where your emotions come into play. When you're looking at the 30 minutes, while you take a trade on the 4-hour, you take a look at the 30 minute. You're like, okay, man, like, low volume, but the candles seem like they're going up. I mean, we don't know what to do, So, I mean, it's really, really important to give the trade time when you're trying to swing trade a trade. So right now we're coming out to retest the low. Personally, I don't have that patience. I can't let it run unless I have like a 10% running or whatever. Let's go towards the London session. This is the London session right here. 1-hour, 3 a.m., 4. Ooh, wow, look at that. We're approaching a very strong support. 5, 6. 6 a.m. Eastern. So if we look on the weekly is now coming down to a very, very, very strong support, right? Weekly is ranging here. We're coming down to the daily. Daily is approaching, well, seems like daily can continue moving down. Let's do these analysis here. Now, since what happened on daily is daily probably created a resistance, and then daily could continue moving down to the support at like 1272, right? That's the bias on the daily right now. Right now, that's the bias on the daily. So we got GDP news, okay. Pretty good, pretty good. Let's take a look on the 4-hour now. Looking on the 4-hour now, let's just reanalyze these zones over here, and we're gonna continue taking a look on the 4-hour. So basically, looking at the 4-hour, what we have is a support right over here. And then we have like a support right down over here as well, right? So basically, we're approaching, so this was where price was creating a resistance, price kind of like created like a support on a small time frame, price rejected, price came down here again, rejected, this 4-hour candle came down here over here again, rejected. So this new 4-hour candle is now kind of like coming down to see if we're going to break it or reject it, right? If price breaks this on the 4-hour, then and only then the daily candle is coming down towards, like 1272. All right, seems like it's coming down right now, but you see this wick right over here. This was some sort of support on a small time frame, right? So it has to break this level on the 4-hour to continue moving down. So now let's take a look at that level on the 1-hour here as well to see if it kind of like makes sense. So let's do this. Let's clone it onto the 1-hour. Now looking at the 1-hour, what we see is that, let me just redo these zones over here. So perfect. 1-hour is basically creating some sort of a support, right? If we break this support, you see this candle, bearish candle. Okay, let me zoom in here. You see this bearish candle came down, and then the bullish candle formed, then formed support, right? And then the next bearish candle, it closed above the same area. So it's just kind of like forming a support. It didn't really break a low, stuff like that. I mean, you'd need price to break below, let's say, the wick of this bearish candle to continue moving down. So what we're going to do is we're going to start to look at, okay, if we do break down, where can we head off to, right? If we break down, probably we might head off to the support right here, right? 1273. Because, first target is going to be this wick fill right here, 12 pips away, and then we got the 30 pip away, 1273. But if we break above, where are we headed if we break above? So let's take a look at that. If we break above, isn't it safe to say that we may head off to 1280? I think so. I mean, I think that's a pretty safe target there. We might head off to 1280. So then you would expect the NY open volume and pre-New York volume to break through all this BS and continue on to 1280. Also, it's a Thursday. Thursday is a high volume day. Then we got some news here as well coming on. So let's see what happens here. Actually, on the news, they're expecting, oh look, they're expecting good news on wholesale inventories right here. And on the high impact news, they're expecting bad news. They're expecting bad news on the high. So if the news is bad, I think then gold should continue going up. So now if we look at the news, they're expecting bad news. We look at the 4-hour support forming here. Yeah, I think we could see some sort of a rejection. So let's see what happens here. We got to wait to see if a candle can close in that direction, basically. So let's see how the 30-minute candle closes here. 1-hour candle. Ooh, look at that. We're breaking the low over here. 30-minute candle is breaking the low, right? But look, on the 1-hour, we've broken the low 100%. But on the 30-minute, this is the support right here. We still haven't broken this area yet. So I guess we'll need a candle to close, break and close below for a solid confirmation. Look at that. Crazy, man. Gold is crazy. This 1-hour is about to close. Wow, okay, 1-hour candle closed bullish. This 1-hour candle also closed bullish. We're approaching towards the NY open. So I want to know like kind of like a bias here, right? What do you guys think? What's the probability of price moving? Where do you think price is going to move here? What's the highest probability? Up. Okay, we're getting up, and the only reason is a little drop then up. Okay, perfect. If price is going to go up, right, and if you, let's say, hypothetically speaking, if you were to take buys, if someone said, okay, if you want to take buys, where would you take your buys? Well, if you do take your buys, where would the stop loss be? We got the 1-hour, we got the 30-minute. We got the 4-hour. Yeah, I think a really good stop is going to be below this 1-hour candle, which is going to be like around 11 pips here. 11 pips. Actually, okay, yeah. Oh, stop loss is invalid or too close to market price. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so since this is simulation, so I'm only taking this trade based on the simulation, but at the same time, I think it still kind of like makes sense. It still makes sense because the 1-hour is closing bullish. It's in consolidation, but The bias is bullish. 30-minute candle is also closed like a strong bullish candle, right? Because it closed a strong bullish candle at a support during the time when there's going to be volume in the market. There's a very, because like, look, this was London Open. London Open had a lot of volume. Then price ranged through London. We walked into pre-New York. Pre-New York had low volume because, you know, price didn't really break one way. Now we're moving into closely into New York Open. So New York Open, if you have a candle, you know, before New York Open, you have a candle closing like a strong bullish 30-minute candle, I think there's a higher possibility we may continue moving bullish. Now, since the 1-hour candle is now breaking the high of the previous 1-hour candle, and this is, oh, whoa, look at that. This is the close of the 30-minute candle right here. 30-minute candle closed bullish, but the next 30-minute candle is now trying to come down. It's now trying to come down. So can we... Gold is very, very difficult to trade. I'm going to do something here very difficult here. Let's do this. Let's do 0.25%. Let's just see if we can have a stop right here around like 6 pips, right? 6 pips. Oh, maybe anticipate it to not break the low over here. That's why the risk is really, really low, right? That's why I've used it. Oh, okay, perfect. Perfect. See, I used the really low risk, anticipating price not to, the 30-minute candle, not to break the low of the previous 30-minute candle. So I used a really, really low risk. The 1 hour is still forming. Perfect. 1 hour is forming bullish right at New York Open. Even though it closed with no wick at the top, the 30-minute candle is also closing but no wick at the top. It's a small bullish candle. 4-hour candle is flipping bullish from a very strong support, and they're expecting bad news on GDP. So I think even if we keep our positions, actually let's put them at break even, right? Yeah, let's put them at break even. Perfect. This is the New York Open here. Yeah, if we get stopped out, we get stopped out, whatever we tried, right? So now the positions are at break even. I think this is going to be do a TP here at 1280. Oh, we're moving up like around 20 pips. So this is a small position we had. Maybe we're going to leave this one open, and maybe we're going to close partials on this one here. Perfect. Now we're about to get the news come in. All right, 1280 has been reached. 1280 has been reached, and now news is coming in. Now, since we're reaching 1280, move up a little bit, and then we're going to see, okay, perfect. At this area, probably going to close another partial, this one, and yeah, perfect. Now we're going to let them run. Oh, what's this? Are these TPs here, right? These are TPs here. Let's take our TPs off, because news is coming in. And if news comes in and we get a push up, wow, man, it's going to be a beautiful trade. This is going to be a beautiful trade. I think then we can probably head off towards this area right here. Oh, this is the news. News just came out. Let's take a look on the 30-minute. We kind of like spiked here and there. The news result was GDP. It was... Oh, it was bad. It was bad, okay. Yeah, I think it's pretty good the way it's moving. Let's move on to the next 1 hour candle. Okay, so at this point, maybe close a percentage, or maybe, yeah, maybe close one position here and move the stop loss maybe down to here. Put it in profits right here. Perfect. Let's let it run. Let's move on to the next hour here. Next hour close bearish. It's closing above this area. 4 hour candle is also closing now. This is the new 4 hour candle. So I mean, even if we get stopped out, we're going to get stopped out in profits. But if we don't get stopped, oh my God, gold is continuing to run over here. Could have we had another entry? Oh wow, I think we could have had an entry on the 30-minute candle here. Once this candle closed bullish, right? Let's look on the 15-minute. Oh wow, man. This is moving strong right now. This is a 100 pip trade right here. Let's close this right here. After that retest, yeah, on the 15 minute, I think this would have been a good entry right here. Once this candle closed bullish, because we moved up, came down, retraced, entry, and then I think this would have been a good second entry here. Yeah, time to go buy that Porsche. All right, let's go towards the last New York session here now. So, oh wow, okay, so we started ranging, started going up over here. 8, 9, 10, 3 a.m. Man, this thing continued to go up, 1294. I think we're going to continue up towards 1296. Yeah, gold is way better than Bitcoin. All right, 3 a.m. 3, 4, 5, 6. So, oh shit, man. This thing is just moving. It moved 100 more pips after our trade closed there. Oh, wow. Wow, man. Daily is continuing to move up. There are no sells on gold. Gold is just bullish. Let's take a look at that. Weekly is also going bullish. I think weekly is going to go towards 1303. 100%. 100%. Who thinks weekly is going to fill that way? This is going to be a full margin we're going to try to do here. Man, I think it's going to come up over here. Weekly, this is like 40 pips away. And since gold has moved 100 pips, what's 40 more pips, right? I think we're going to continue to fill that wick here. Let's clone this onto a daily chart. Let's look on the daily. We've cloned it right at the top. Let's look on the 4 hour. 4 hour is also cloned at the top. Let's look at the 1 hour. Oh wow, man, 1 hour is just straight bullish. Let's look left here. We're approaching this area right here where price is most likely to come up to next here. Touch that wick. But we need some sort of a retracement, right? We need price to do some sort of a retracement so we can say that, okay, maybe now is the good time to maybe take a trade. But unless it doesn't do a retracement, man, it's like really, really hard to take a trade right now. So we're going to look at the 30-minute chart. Wow, so I think this is going to be a very good example of trading a trend. All right, so we're going to try to attempt this here. So we got support down over here, and yeah, probably going to wait for price to kind of like do some sort of a retracement, and then try to see if you can take a trade and whatever. Price needs to do some sort of retracement. Let's look on the 30 minute. 30 minutes still going bullish. Let's speed it up here a little bit. Yeah, we need to take a full margin trade over here for buys. All right. Bet is going to 1800. Yeah, I guess so, man. I think it should go to 1800. Can you imagine? Holding. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take like a trade and we're gonna hold it till 1800. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. If we get a good entry, we're gonna hold the trade till 1800. All right, so these things are coming down now beautifully. It's perfect. We need some sort of a support formed. I think a support around like 1295. This area would be pretty good. Let's look on the 1 hour. 1 hour is coming down. Pretty nice. Let's clone this init mate. Let's clone this here mate. Perfect, perfect. Yeah, I guess if we find a support, we'll do it. Crazy how you can predict that. Yeah, it's crazy, man. I think I can predict a virus coming on. Bill Gates talked about that in 2018. I can predict something about the virus. Okay, so we're breaking the high over here on the 30-minute time frame, right? Since we're breaking the high over here, I think now this is a very good opportunity for price to continue moving up, especially with the New York open coming up. Wow, this is going to be a 28 pip. 28 pip stop. Let's do a 28 pip stop since this is the last trade. So we're going to do this like 2%. Yeah, so 2%. And hold till 1800. Yeah, we're going to hold till 1800. Let's take our TP off over here. We don't want to get stopped out early, right? So we're going to hold the trade till 1800. So we're going to go on a vacation to Mexico, stuff like that. We're going to come back and we're going to do some stuff. So we're going to hold the trade. Oh, nice, man. Look at that. We're moving up. Here we go. We're going to start to break above over here. Let's take a look at the trades. Ooh, we're running at 10, 11 pips. Probably close 50%. And yeah, now we're gonna hold this. We're gonna hold it, and we're gonna continue moving bullish. Remove stops. Oh no 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 no. We're gonna keep the stops on. Oh wow, we're coming down. Probably we can add another entry right over here. Right? Let's add another entry. And let's remove the stops in this one position. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so let's go to 30-minute chart here. 30-minute chart is okay. 30-minute chart, 30-minute candle is closing above this minor support it's forming. The 1-hour candles are closing like a doji-ish candles, 15-minute, kind of like. I guess if you want to really get anal about price action, maybe the 15-minute needs to respect the low of the previous 15-minute, right? Yeah, I think that's going to be a good idea. Like it needs to respect this low and then continue moving up. If this is like a minor support right over here, so it needs to respect that. Okay, perfect. It's coming up now. 30 minutes also now gone bullish, broken the high over here. I guess this is another position where you can enter another position and aim to see that if it's going to continue moving up or not. So yeah, let's do that here because it broke the high, so now it has a high probability to continue moving bullish. So let's go to next 30-minute candle. 30-minute candle is also closing bullish. How can you anticipate that the wick created is a rejection or is going to be filled by the next candle? Because when candles are closing bullish, right? When candles are closing bullish and they're leaving wicks, there's a high chance the wick is going to get filled. Let's go to the next candle. Oh man, these are not letting us run. This is not letting us run to 1800. We know it's going to go to 1800. What a prediction. Who made that prediction here? Oh, Amardeep. Amardeep made that prediction here. All right. Okay, perfect. Now we're coming up over here. Let's go to next 30-minute candle. 30-minute candle is breaking up. Maybe let's just close one position, this one here, and let's call it a week right here, right? So we did around 20% here from like Monday to Friday. Monday had no trades because price is ranging, whatever. We made around like $1,000 in a week. I think it's pretty good, right? 20%. All right. So let's switch to our daily time frame, and let's take a look at. Man, 1800 is far, far, far away. Let's look at the weekly here, right? We need weekly. Yeah, 1800 is way too far away. Okay, so let's say that we went on a vacation to Mexico, right? For 7 days. For 7 days, we went on a vacation to Mexico. Let's remove these stops here. Okay, 1 day, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We went on a vacation to Mexico for 7 days, and we came back. We're like, wow, man, price is at 1327. How did this happen? Wow. And then what happened was then some emergency came on, and we had to go for 4 months down to Bali. So let's go to the weekly here. So 4 months is 16 weeks, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 1 month. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 2 months. 2 months in Bali. Amazing time. 3, 4. Wow, 3 months. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. We got 4 months in Bali, and we come down and we come back to our home. We're like, man, wow, gold is really moving over here. Maybe put stop loss at break even on one position, right? Maybe we can do that. Let's put it at break even. So awesome. What's the month right now? We're in July, right? We're in July. So we went for another vacation because school starts in September, right? So we went on another vacation there. So we're going to come back in September because school starts in September. So we're going to come back in September. Okay, school started in September. We came to September. We're like, oh shit, man, we're at 1500. We are at 1500 and our account is at 18,000 right now. Wow, this is crazy. Okay, school starting, exams came, your positions are still running, you didn't have any time to look at the charts and whatnot, so you wait till December. You're waiting till December for Christmas break, and Christmas comes, New Year starts, and you look at the markets and you're like, oh shit, 2020 started with a bang, we're up like 21%. Wow. And now there are like China viruses coming on, these coronaviruses, they're trying to creep in, and things are just going super, super duper bad, right? And you're thinking, man, I don't know what's going to happen over here now because the virus is coming in the UK, probably put stop loss at break even, maybe, bring it in profits, you know, just be safe, to be safe, and the virus is now infiltrating the UK and Italy. We had news in Italy, and gold went to 1600. In Italy, the news came on, and Italy is doing, oh, whoa, whoa, good thing we have stops at break even. Because right now, what's happening is that the vaccine is coming in, like, right? Like we found the vaccine. So maybe price is retracing right now, but no, 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 no. Corona is back in action. And now the cases in the US have skyrocketed. And wow, looks like we're going to touch 1800 over here. Price is still moving. We're in June. We're coming up in July. And wow, we have actually tapped into 1800. 1800. What? Amardeep had a really, really good analysis. We're going to touch 1800. Amazing. 5,000 pips. I think at this time we should close 50% right here. Close 50% right over here. Secure it. Maybe let's just close this position here. So now we got a 0.05 lot running. We're up a lot of pips. We're up $2,500 right now. So amazing, man. Beautiful. Let's see. Oh yeah, end of simulation. There we go. This is the end of the day right over here. Yeah. So we basically held a position from what's this price? 12 to 1300, because someone told us that we may go to 1800. And I guess the 1800 came right over here. This chart is so big, can't even map it out. Wow, look at that. 1800, who would have thought? We had a great trade. This is Raja Sal Chingezi moves. Yeah. All right, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I really enjoyed this. So we're probably we'll see you guys Monday. And so this was recorded. The recording is going to be in the database later on after it's surrendered and whatnot. So awesome. Awesome. Have a good weekend. Yeah, mate. Cheers, mates. Cheers, cheers.